So it's 4 o'clock on a Tuesday, and your best person has a client proposal due at close of business. So she opens up a free AI chatbot and she pastes in your pricing model, your client's requirements, as well as 3 paragraphs from the tender you won last year. And 90 seconds later, she has a beautiful document. Nobody was hacked, nothing was stolen, and everyone went home happy, right? Well, that's the part that should worry you. Because your quoting logic just left the building, as well as your client's confidential requirements, and the structure of that tender that actually wins you work, that's also gone. Not to a competitor, to something far stranger. A system owned by someone else, governed by terms nobody in your business has ever read, which learns from what it's fed. And here's what no one is talking about in South Africa. When your business buys AI, you pay twice. Once with money, the subscription, and then again, every single day, with the knowledge you have to reveal to make the thing useful. Think about it. A generic answer to a generic question is worth nothing. The tool only becomes valuable when it knows your context. So your people feed it your context, prompt by prompt. And when it gets something wrong, and your 20-year veteran corrects it, something like, no, we never quote mining clients that way, we rather structure it this way. That correction is the distilled judgment of 2 decades, which essentially is your business walking out the front door with a smile. Now here's the part that made me sit up, and I want you to hear it clearly. South Africa has no Trade Secret Act. None. Your confidential business information is protected by common law only, and our courts protect it on one condition. You have to prove that you treated it like a secret, not that it was valuable, not that you were wronged, that you were diligent. So picture the advocate 5 years from now asking your company, can you show the court what steps you took to keep this a secret? And if that answer is honestly that it's been going into a free chat bot every afternoon since 2024, you don't just lose that knowledge, you may lose the legal category it sits in, both in the same motion, and you find out at the worst possible moment. And if you think this is all theoretical, consider what happened to our own government. Earlier this year, the state published its draft national AI policy. Within 2 weeks, it was withdrawn because journalists had discovered that a chunk of the academic sources cited didn't even exist. They were fictitious, almost certainly AI generated. This was published in the government gazette without anyone checking. The document meant to regulate artificial intelligence was undone by unverified artificial intelligence. Officials were suspended, the framework is gone, and the country's AI policy delayed by roughly a year. If you ever needed one paragraph to explain to a skeptical colleague why your firm needs an AI policy, that is it. So what do most businesses do? One of 2 things, and both are wrong. Some ban their tools altogether, but their staff use them anyway, on personal phones, invisibly, where you can't see or govern it, and that is the worst of every world. The rest adopt everything uncritically and quietly donate their knowledge capital, kenniskapital, to someone else's learning. There is a third path though, and it's the whole reason I wrote this. You can use the tools and own what you learn. So I'm a physician and I also run businesses. And when I couldn't find anybody answering this question for South African firms, under South African law, in the languages we actually trade in, I did the work for my own companies. I read the case law, I read the act, and I audited what my businesses actually know. I wrote the policy, built the vendor file, trained some people, and stocked what I like to call the crash trolley, the incident procedure you prepare before the emergency, because nobody assembles the crash trolley during the resuscitation. That work is now a handbook. It's called Kenniskapitaal. It's fully bilingual with English throughout and an Afrikaans summary closing every chapter and the complete policy in both languages at the back. And it thinks like a doctor because I only know one way to think. Diagnose before you prescribe, prepare before the emergency, and review every incident not to allocate blame but to improve the system. Doing it the other way around is considered poor form in both medicine and business. The businesses that thrive in the next decade won't be the ones with the best AI. Everyone will have the best AI. They'll be the ones who used it without giving themselves away. Weet wat joune is, hou wat joune is, laat groei wat joune is. Know what's yours, keep what's yours, and let it grow. The handbook and the toolkit are at drmitchelljgow.co.za, and the free 90-day checklist is there too, if you'd rather start there before buying anything at all. So subscribe and sign up.